2 years after the deadly collapse that rocked Maryland, work continues on the massive project to rebuild the Francis Scott Key Bridge. And joining me now today to discuss the progress, also to talk about boater safety around all of that, is Bruce Gartner. He's the Executive Director of the Maryland Transportation Authority. Good to see you, Bruce.
Thanks for letting me be here, Jason. It's really great to have this chance.
Yeah, not a problem. We saw in the pictures there. There's progress happening at that site. It'll be slow progress, but we're moving in the right direction.
Absolutely. Yeah, the work continues out on the river. That's what we really wanted to talk about today. There's pile driving going on. There's the trestles coming out from either side, 500 feet on one side, 900 feet on the other side so far. So a lot of work going on, 60 piles. These are massive, 8-foot diameter piles going into the river.
Sure, I think we can see some of that. I mean, you got the big cranes and everything to make all this happen. And there's separate contracts. It's different groups to do different things, and we're just sort of moving on that timeline right now.
Exactly. So right now we have Kiewit is continuing the work through the end of the year on these pile driving and trestle operations, and we have 4 contracts that'll be going out over the course of the next year. So the big marine span, we're going out for qualifications. We've had industry forums recently to talk to these teams that are forming. So we're working hard in the background on those procurements as well.
Humans are naturally curious, and I'm guessing out on a boat when you're going by and seeing pile drivers and cranes, you want to take a peek. You want folks to be safe as they travel through that area and let that work go on without interrupting.
Exactly. We have safe zones that are out there that are created, and we want to, keeping under 6 knots near these work crews. You're going to see interesting things, obviously, but making sure keeping the distance and just watching out for everything that's going on. A lot of activity at different times. We have 12-hour work windows, Monday through Saturday. So it'll depend on what work happens each day, but daylight hours, it's a busy time in the summer.
You may end up with some first timers out in a pontoon boat or whatever. What should they be keeping their eyes out for, just so they know they're steering towards safety?
I mean, great pictures out there with with that, but you have these trestles coming out, towards the main channel. So previous opportunities to go through in the shallow water for recreational boaters won't exist.
Oh, okay. So what they may have experienced before, they won't experience now.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. So
go ahead.
just check your charts. If you have marine radio, keep an eye on that too, an ear on that. Sorry. And just head on a swivel out there. Right. It's an active season, and we're just adding more vessels to that narrow point near the Key Bridge.
Help people to understand the scope of this project. I mean, this is huge. Undertaking that you had to take on 40 days into the job. There's a lot to it to get to the point where we have a brand new bridge.
Yeah, I mean, if people could appreciate the river bottom that is the Patapsco, these piles are over 200 feet in length, 8-foot diameter. So they're going down. The river bottom is different, in one area to another.
Yeah.
So the engineers really have to be evaluating how that compaction was happening for one pile and then go to the other. It might be a little different. They might have to make adjustments.
Okay.
But that work is going on. So that's the foundation for this bridge.
Okay.
So that's where you start. Everybody asks, when are we going to see it above water? There's a lot of water and there's a lot of mud to get through first.
Sure. And there's a lot of work still to do above the water. If you're at Fort McHenry and you're looking out, you can still see the skeleton, at least on the shore side of the old Francis Scott Key Bridge. What happens to that? I guess, is that part of the next phase as well?
Correct. That's one of the contracts, the demo of taking off the steel off those pillars, the old Key Bridge pillars that are out there. So that'll be one of the first demo contracts that takes place that'll go out for bid. So that'll be just a competitive process for low cost on that.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do with these projects, getting as much competition as out there to build this bridge as quickly as responsibly as possible.
The renderings look cool. I mean, this is not this is not your father's Oldsmobile. This isn't your father's bridge. Describe the architecture of that. Is it cable stayed bridge?
It's a cable stayed bridge.
Okay.
So it's the first big one we've had in Maryland, right?
Yeah.
You have up on the canal. There's one, but that is the most economical way to go for this project of this size and design. And remember that we're taking the bridge deck up to 230 feet on that. That's a Coast Guard permitting process, because that's recognizing the ships that are going to be now and into the future coming into the Port of Baltimore.
Okay, and about the same amount of lanes or wider, do you think?
It's the same amount of lanes, but it'll have shoulders. So all the modern safety features that you need when you reconstruct a facility, so wider inside and outside shoulders, that's something that didn't exist. The anti-climb fencing will be on there as a new standard, higher barriers, on the roadway, and then of course the pier protection in the water that has to be very different for modern bridges.
Okay, and for the folks out in the water, just keep your eyes open. Let the guys and ladies work out there.
Work zone safety in a different way. We
Yeah.
will have enforcement out there, so we want people to be aware of that as well.
Okay, thanks for coming by, man.
All right, take
Good
care.
to see you. Yep.
Thank you.
Like to see you. Yep.